questions and how sometimes when you have a question, it's answered in the story. And other times you have a question and you just have to make a good guess about what the answer is because the author doesn't answer it for you. So recall when we read Charlie Anderson. And the part of that story that sticks out most in my mind, probably just because I have sisters, it said Charlie Anderson liked Elizabeth better than he liked Sarah. Do you remember that from the story? That was probably just an interesting piece of information in that story and probably not important. But it was really interesting to me, yeah, because I have sisters. So I was wondering, why do you think Charlie liked Elizabeth better than Sarah? Did you guys have a good guess? Because the author didn't answer that for us.
Because the cat into outfit.
Yeah, Sarah would dress the cat up like and play with him like he was her doll. And I bet cats don't like that. At least that's my experience with cats. My cat would not like it very well if I tried to dress him up like a doll. So that was my good guess. That was actually called an inference. An inference is when you have to make a good guess because the author just doesn't tell you. So sometimes when we read poems, we have to make a good guess about what the author's talking about because he doesn't come right out and say. So there's other things that we do in our life too, where you kind of have to make a good guess. So if you go home and, let's see, actually, if I walked in here today and I hadn't taken a shower, and you're like, whew, whoa, you could really tell I hadn't taken a shower, and my hair was all a mess, and my clothes were all wrinkly, I looked like I slept in them, think for a minute. What good guess could you make about me? Think it in your head for a minute. What could you infer or guess about me?
That you slept in your clothes.
You could infer that, right? But you wouldn't really know. You would just have to look at the clues on my body as to whether I slept in my clothes or not.
Smelly?
Well, you'd probably actually be able to experience that, so that might be a fact. What do you think would have happened?
I have a lot of germs on me.
You could infer that I was a germy person if I had not bathed. Very good, okay?
Your hair was poofy.
My hair would be poofy, but that's something that you could see. That would be a fact. If I came in a big mess for school, what could you guess about me?
That you haven't brushed your hair.
Okay, you could infer that I haven't brushed my hair. You could guess that maybe I fell and rolled around in the schoolyard before I came into school. You could infer that my alarm clock didn't go off in the morning and I woke up super late for school and had to just run out of the house without changing or showering. You could also infer that maybe I don't care. Maybe that's how I like to come to school. You have to make guesses based on the clues in front of you and what you know about your experiences.
Or there's a tornado outside.
You could infer that, yes. If you know what it's like to have gone through a tornado, you could infer that maybe I went through a tornado. Yes.
Everybody would be like, ew.
Yeah. So you have to make guesses. If somebody's on the phone and they're really angry and they're yelling and they're grumpy and like this, what could you infer about that person that's happening on the other end? You can't hear the other person talking, but what can you infer? Okay, maybe the conversation's not going so well. Do you think it's a happy conversation?
No.
Yeah, probably not. And that would be a good guess that you would have to make. You would have to infer that. Yes?
They're fighting?
You could infer that they're having a disagreement about something. All right, well, I have a really great poem that I want to share with you, and you're going to have to listen to the author's clues to make a decision about things. All right? So I'm going to read a line, and then you're going to read a line. My poem is called Things. Okay? Things by Eloise Greenfield. Went to the corner.
Walked in the store.
Whoa, Nellie, I say a line, and then you say the line back, so it's echo reading. Went to the corner.
Went to the corner.
walked in the store, bought me some candy, ain't got it no more, ain't got it no more, went to the beach, played on the shore, built me a sand house, ain't got it no more, ain't got it no more, went to the kitchen, lay down on the floor, made me a poem, still got it, still got it. Think about that poem for a moment in your mind. Don't talk. Thinking about the author's words? Okay, listen to me read the first part. Went to the corner, walked in the store, bought me some candy, ain't got it no more, ain't got it no more. Turn and whisper talk to your neighbor about what you think might have happened with that candy. Oh, whisper talking. I can hear you talking across the room, so you're not whisper sharing. Okay, now write down your idea. Come back. Yeah, oh, come back. Write down your idea.
He or she made it.
Dry erase or regular?
Just a regular marker. All right. I'm going to choose a few to show your idea. What did you say?
She ate it.
She ate it? Why do you think she ate it?
Because it was good.
Has that been your experience with candy?
Yes.
So if you have candy and you don't have it anymore, you probably ate it.
She or he ate it all up.
Same thing. Anybody else have something different? Ooh, okay.
She didn't pay for it.
Oh, well, what clue told you that? What did the author said that made you think that she didn't pay for it? So let's listen to the words. Went to the corner, walked in the store, bought me some candy, ain't got it no more.
Because it said ain't got it no more. Maybe they took it back.
Well, if she bought it, do you think she had money? Make sure when you're using the author's clues, thinking about the words and not making a big guess. Sometimes I have to reread to kind of fix my thinking because my first guess was wrong.
She didn't like it, so she threw it in the trash.
Ooh, has that been your experience with candy?
No.
I don't know that I've ever met a piece of candy I didn't like.
Me.
Except maybe black licorice.
I hate it.
Yeah, okay, yep.
They sold it all?
So if she bought the candy, would it have been there for her to buy? Okay, sometimes we just have to refix our thinking after we go back and reread the author's words. No, don't erase it. That's your thinking. Just leave it there. Anything else? Do you have something different?
She bought all the candy?
Okay. Yes.
She gave it away.
She gave it away. So that's what we could make a guess. Went to the corner, walked in the store, bought me some candy, ain't got it no more, ain't got it no more. So we're guessing she either ate it, she threw it away, or she gave it to someone. All right, let's listen to the second part of our poem. Went to the beach, played on the shore, built me a sand house. What do you think a sand house means? Because that's not something we really say around here.
Like a sandcastle?
Okay, I'm thinking that the author probably means a sand castle. Went to the beach, played on the shore, built me a sand house. Ain't got it no more. Ain't got it no more. Share with your neighbor, whisper, talking. Okay, I need an idea. Yes.
She stepped on it?
Ooh, has that ever happened to you?
Yes.
Somebody smashed it?
I was building a sandcastle.
So I'm just gonna write it got stepped on. It got stepped on or smashed. So when we go to the beach and my daughter and my son are playing, that's generally what happens. He builds it, she smashes it. She builds it, he smashes it. That's what they do.
A wave knocked it down.
Have you ever done that? Built a sandcastle and the waves come up and kind of wash it away?
Yeah.
Waves washed it away. Somebody have something different. No waves and then the smashing. So something different.
Mom, the kid knocked it down and built it on.
Okay, so it got knocked down. Something different.
She ran through it and messed it up.
So it got knocked down.
It fell down?
It just fell over. Maybe it's too dry. If you don't have enough water to keep it packed together, or if you have too much water, you have to have just the right mix. So we'll write it fell apart. Yes.
Somebody kicked it.
Okay, said that.
She fell in it.
Oh, it got bumped, it got knocked down. Okay, let's listen to the next part. Went to the kitchen. Now this one's a little bit trickier, so you're gonna have to really use your brains on this one. Went to the kitchen, lay down on the floor, made me a poem, still got it. Still got it. Think in your head for a moment. If you want to jot your thought down, that's fine before you share. What's that mean? What do you think the author means by that? She wrote a poem and she lost everything else, but the poem, she still got it.
She put it in a safe place.
Okay,
She held her poem.
held on to it.
She held it. She brought it home.
Took it to school.
She wrote it on paper.
Okay, so she wrote it down on paper, went to the kitchen, lay down on the floor, made me a poem, still got it. Still got it. Doesn't say that she put it on paper, but that's a good inference.
She kept it.
Hang on to that. Yes.
She kept it safe.
Okay, hang on to that thought. So if you're saying she kept it, where could she keep it? Where might she keep a poem? You thought on paper.
She kept it in her room.
You could keep it in a room.
Why? She took care of it and didn't. When she wrote, she
So she kept it. Yes.
She wrote the poem and she is reading it.
Okay.
She wrote the poem.
Okay.
She hid the poem in the safe.
Okay, so we're saying she kept it, she held on to it, she put it in the safe or maybe someplace safe. Do you have to have a poem in your hands to keep it?
No.
And I'm inferring that by she still got it, like she still has it inside of her. It's with her. So what does that mean?
Maybe she thought of it in her head and it's still in her head.
Maybe it's stuck in her head? Okay.
Same thing that said she remembers it.
Remembering it, not going to let it go? Yes, what's your thinking? Need a second. Anything else? That part really makes me think kind of about love and how you kind of keep that in your heart. So maybe the poem was special to her and she can keep it in her heart. The sandcastle was probably special to her, but is that something that she could keep forever? It's something that would go away. And the candy, is that something that you keep forever? Something that would go away. But a poem or words or thoughts or feelings can stay with you forever. Even if you don't have them right in your hand on a piece of paper, you can remember them. All right. Anything else? No? Finished? Yes. Okay.
She could have gave it, she could have put it in a folder or something.
Okay. Yeah, she can store it lots of places. That's correct. So what did we learn today about inferring? We're going to wrap this up. Nick, what did you learn about inferring? I'm sorry, I'm listening to your friend. He's talking, and I'm worried that you're not.
There's more than a physical thing about people, what people do and stuff.
Yeah, so when we have to make a good guess of it, about things, we can all make different guesses as long as we use the information the author has. So when it talked about her losing the candy, she ate it, she threw it away, she gave it to someone. Was anyone really right? We don't know, but we all made good guesses, right? Okay. What did you learn about inferring?
That we can make good guesses.
We make good guesses. Do we make crazy guesses, or we have to be careful of what?
Careful of what the movie says.
We have to really listen to what the words are actually telling us and not make things up. All right, thank you very much for